Thank you. This one, right? Oh, hi everyone. Just wanted to go in and see what's happening in there. They stripped that down pretty quickly last night. Well, I guess it is the afternoon now. I slept in. But this is it. Those crazy scenes. And now, absolutely nothing. Everyone's gone. I was hoping to find some people around to talk to about the show. But I guess people have to get back. I'm flying out tomorrow. I was going to try and finish all my video editing today and get them uploaded. It's starting to rain, so I'm going to head into the hotel and maybe do a recap from there and just mention a few things I saw yesterday. But yeah, it's a real shame that it's not Sundays as well now, in my opinion. So I'm going to head into the Hilton, where last night they had some really good acts, including some famous acts. 90s cover band. And I actually saw some really cool stuff yesterday. It's a shame I couldn't stream all day long, or to mention them in this live stream. And I don't have any footage of that. I just want to tell you about some really cool products that I saw, and just to give my thoughts on the show while they're fresh, rather than do it next week, although I may do it next week on a live stream as well. We'll see. I just have time to kill before I get lunch and then head to the hotel to pack everything away myself. This is the other hotel. There's two hotels, they both have live bands. Wow, it's so quiet now. This was a stage yesterday. This was a stage. They pack away so fast, it's crazy. Well, maybe I should sit down and go on camera, let's see. I don't think anyone will mind, there's no one around. See if I can set this up. I was going to do this with the tone rats yesterday, but I missed them, unfortunately. Oh. Whoa. There we go. Yeah, so yesterday, after the... I wish I'd done that stream with them. That was fun last time. Oh, wait, can I make this taller? This is actually really cool. And I think you can set it to follow you as well. Awesome. Yeah, I should invite the guests, shouldn't I? Hang on, there's some water there. All right. So, yesterday, after I got cut off, a few things that are really important. I went to TC Helicon and I tried that new looper. And by the way, feel free to ask any questions. I know the lighting here is terrible. But I went to TC Helicon and tried that new looper, and it's really, really cool. Now it's a simple looper, it's not for performance as such. If anyone stops by, I'll bring them in the video if I can. It's a simple looper, it's not like a performance looper at all, but I think it's going to be amazing for people that want to get into looping. I tried it and it just works. Now, the new Ditto has the regular mode, which is cool. And then it has this new mode, where as you were saying, you can have the simple record, stop, and then delete. So I think that's going to be really cool for people starting out. They don't want to deal with double taps and things like that. They'll just hit record, they'll hit the button again, it'll play it. It's a big soft button. They'll hit it again, it'll delete the loop. And then next time they want to loop, they just do it all again. I think that'll be really, really cool. And then it's got the regular mode, and then you can turn the loop assist on or off, depending if you want it on or off. And I think it's good. It's not like a quantize. It's not going to take your bad loop and fix it, but if you're just slightly off, it'll fix it. So I think there should be more excitement about this. I was thinking about doing a video anyway that had a loop for beginners, and I think this looper will definitely be the way forward for people to go in that regard. My voice is a little bit better than it was yesterday. It's still hurting. Yeah, so really excited about that product, and I really hope they make a 2-button version in the future as well. That would be really awesome. And there's no news on new products. Well, you know, there might be something they said, but there's no news or anything or updates on that. But then I ran into a guy that used to work at TC Helicon, and he showed me a Korg workstation that is just awesome. I wish I had a video of that. It just blew me away. So it's a huge workstation, really heavy. Well, there's a weighted keys version that's really heavy, and then there's smaller versions with less keys that are not as heavy. But that thing, I didn't know about this before. Maybe guitar players wouldn't be interested, but as someone that plays piano and guitar, that thing has absolutely blew me away. It's, first of all, the one I tried, the full-size weighted key version, is an amazing piano. So straight away I thought, I want this. I want a real piano in the apartment. I want to be able to play the piano when I want to on a real piano. And it's really, really cool. But then the engineer was there and gave me a demo, and it was just amazing. Like, because it's an arranger. So you've got all these different ways of bringing in tracks, and you've got obviously got strings. You can split the keyboard, of course. You've got multiple sounds, effects, and it's just really inspiring and fun. And I haven't seen any gear like that in a long, long time. So it's the Korg. I can't think what PA something, Korg something, and the guy looks so tired. It's so a really, and then I tried the harmonies, and they are as good as the TC Helicon harmonies, which I've never seen in a product since TC Helicon, which blew me away. In fact, they may be better, which is really exciting. And I wouldn't start taking a keyboard like that to a gig. It's too heavy and too hard to carry around, but to go live with, if you could carry it around, if you could get it around in a car and had people to help you carry it, it would be amazing. And to go live with that on a live stream, I just think it'd be amazing. And then I found out that it also has a guitar input as well. So you can actually plug an acoustic or electric guitar in, and it has amp simulation and effects. So you can even, the only thing it hasn't got is a looper, which I told them to add. So you can actually plug in a guitar, use the keyboard, load in loops and samples, use the samples, use the arranger. I think it's got a USB interface, you can go direct on a live stream. It's got fantastic harmonies, and I'd never heard of this. I'm not very clued up in the keyboard world, but I'd never heard of this thing. And I told them that you've got to tell people about this product. It's really, it's amazing. It's something new and fresh. And if they added a looper to that as well, that would be like an all-in-one. You sit on the stage and you've got everything there, all in one. So I'm really glad I got to see that. And then, what did I see next? There's a few more things. I'm just trying to think about the highlights. Well, at night, Lloyd Spiegel played, and that was one of the best performances I've ever seen. And he just had that vibe of Tommy Emmanuel. It was actually incredible. I was going to film it, and I didn't because other people were filming it, and I wanted to watch it and experience it. But I've seen his videos, and like a lot of things on YouTube, you see the video and you know someone's talented, but when you're in the room with them while they're performing, it's just another level. So it was just him and a Cole Clark acoustic. He was sitting down, he wasn't jumping around the stage or anything, but he just had him and her guitar. He spoke with the audience. It was just a masterclass in how to do a performance. He spoke to the audience well, he was funny, he engaged people. There were some technical issues on the stage with sound, but he just took it well and dealt with it and kept going. It was incredible, and it was all his own songs, very blues orientated, but all his own songs that he did. I really, really loved it. Fantastic, and kind of show you need to see in person. So if you ever see Lloyd Spiegel on tour, go and see him. And then at the end, he invited up some other Cole Clark artists. So we had Magellan come up, who usually does looping, kind of Ed Sheeran style, all the times I've seen her. And then they had another duo join him as well, bass and guitar, a girl and a guy, girl on guitar, guy on bass. And it was the most amazing jam. Okay, it was a jam in E, it was an E blues, but as far as I know, they didn't rehearse it, and it was just flawless, and the playing was top notch, and they were using some of the hybrid guitars with electric sounds. They sound like electric guitars. Miles had the Wasinator stomp pedal, so it sounded like a kick drum. That's a really cool pedal that I want to look into now. I like the smaller stomps because they're easy to carry around, but he had the Wasinator. That's a really cool stomp pedal. So just the Wasinator straight in. Obviously the PA had big subs and everything, which helps, but Wasinator straight in, and then Cole Clark acoustic, and then it was just incredible. And just a masterclass. I wish I had filmed that actually. Masterclass in how to hold a room. But I really think with that kind of thing, you need to be in the room to really understand and get that. And the jam was excellent. They all played incredibly well. And I hadn't seen Magellan play lead, but she was shredding the blues. It was fantastic. Yeah, really, really, really good. So, I think there was something else that I saw, but I can't remember. But the Ditto Looper. Oh yeah, I want to talk about Fishman Fluence. So it turns out that the Fishman Fluence acoustic pickups have already been used in the Fender Highway Series guitars. And I did play one, I didn't review that guitar, I wish I had. I did play one briefly in a Guitar Center, and I thought it sounded good. It was very brief, it was through a small amp. I thought it sounded good. So that's what it is. This is a third-party version. So I also swung by yesterday and took direct recordings, which I will be uploading to the channel so you can hear them and compare them. And my initial opinion is, it's very noise-free, it's very light. I think it's going to be affordable. Goes into any guitar easily, temporarily, or full-time. And the P90 sound is excellent, it's noise-free. So I brought that home and ran it into my DAW and added some overdrive, and that sounds great. The acoustic sounds still have that magnetic quality. So I tried three. So the first one was the Fluence Acoustic Natural Tone, which is your acoustic tone, and then the P90, and they're on the switch, or you can use a TRS cable to split them out of the guitar. And then the next one was the Natural Tone, and the other voice was a Rare Earth single coil acoustic pickup, but with no hum. The problem I've had with acoustic pickups which are magnetic in the past is the hum. So I didn't have any problem with that. And then the third one was the Natural Voice with a matrix style sound, which I didn't think I would like, but it just kind of adds brightness. It's like an EQ. So my favorite is actually the single coil Rare Earth, because I like that pickup anyway, especially the one with the mic in it. So I would like to have that as the acoustic sound, and then the P90 as the other sound, which I would split into a pedal and process them separately. That's what I'd like to have in a version, but I don't know if they're going to do that or not, because they each have the natural sound and the other sound. I'd like the single coil sound, because it's a little bit sparklier on the high end, like a mic, and then but it's not a mic, it's just, it's got that sparkly EQ, which I think it helps for my ears, and then the P90 sound. So that's what I would do, and the only way I think I would do is I'd put a little tiny mic in there just to handle the high end, just to sweeten the high end and make it sound more acoustic on the acoustic voice, but not on the P90 voice. And I thought I think if they did that, it would be really cool. Now don't get me wrong, I think it's really cool now. And I'm going to post the direct recording so you can hear them and make your own judgments, but it's a great start, and I hope they end up doing that. Maybe rechargeable, so there's no battery in the guitar. A rechargeable small mic for the acoustic sound, just to sweeten the acoustic sound, you get some body sounds maybe. flick the switch, get the P90 sound, go out with a TRS cable into 2 cables and have electric and acoustic sounds. I think that could be really good. And then the only other thing you could do is maybe do a version where you just have 2 electric sounds, like a P90 and a, I mean, that's the thing, it's not modeling, so that's what I thought it was initially. I thought it'd be modeling of some kind. It's not. It's an analog system that's noise-free, like the Fluence Electric is, but for acoustic. But it's cool and it's something different. And I'm not a fan of the sandhole pickup going across the middle. So the way it's going around the edge, like on the highway guitars, I think is really, really a really nice touch. So yeah, that's it. It's been a great show. I've had some really good conversations. I fixed the gimbal. I would like to talk about that briefly. I did get a little bit upset. Not upset, no, I didn't get upset. The funny thing with YouTube is, when things go wrong, you tend to fix them and things get better. So I just need people to give me a break and be supportive. When I came out last year, Jasper told me to get a gimbal. And my initial reaction was, no, I'm not going to buy a gimbal. Why would I do that? But he was right. The gimbal, look, this is a gimbal now. It's perfectly smooth, it's perfectly straight and level. It does improve what I'm doing, and it definitely made the live streams good as well. The only problem is with gear, and including camera gear, you have to learn how to use it. And I think I figured out what the problem was now. So I want to just tell you quickly what the problem was in case it helps somebody, because I didn't see anyone talk about this problem in any videos, which I find very frustrating myself. So the gimbal I used to have, the white one, was fine, and I had a problem when I was at Martin with it. So I bought the new one that has a magnetic clamp. But that magnetic clamp is quick and convenient, but doesn't let you reposition the balance of the phone. And this is what it comes down to. The phone has to be perfectly balanced. The problem is the new iPhones are so big, it's really hard to balance them. The weight isn't evenly distributed, I think. And when I clip the receiver over here for the mic, it adds a little bit of weight there as well. So on the DJI one, I've got the regular clip, and what I've done is I've positioned it just right, so it's a bit more this way of center, and that seems to hold the center of gravity and not collapse on itself. So there's a few things there. Don't get the magnetic one, it's convenient. I use it for my lyrics with OnSong, but it's not good for a gimbal. You can't reposition it. And make sure that you position it right. That might not even be in the center. It might be slightly to the right or the left of the phone. Now it's fine. So next year will be even better. Let's just leave it at that. Well, I am trying my best. The DJI gimbal is great if you're interested. The only thing is the battery life on this doesn't seem as good as the Insta gimbal. So I may keep both and use them both. The only thing is with the Insta gimbal, the white one I have, don't use the magnetic clamp, as convenient as it seems. It's better to have an actual clamp where you can realign the phone in the holder. So this is great. Now you can see everything should be fine. There you go. Yeah, so I've learned a lot, technical stuff, and made some good connections, made some reconnections again, hoping everything comes off that I've discussed with people, and I think things are going to go on the up. I will be moving forward on the channel with a view of more sponsored content, and I don't mean like selling out, I just mean I want to find ways to monetize the channel, and while still bringing honest information, and just move into a new kind of thing. But not, yeah, I'm still going to keep it relevant to what I do. I'm not going to cover stuff that I don't think is any good, you know. But the people that I do want to represent and talk about, I just want them to support what I'm doing, and I think they do. I just told people now, like this, like I'm telling you, this is what I'm doing. This is the expenses I have, and I just need support, because when you think about other channels that are store, like if I had a store, and I could get the gear straight. Hey Charles, if I could get, and Walter, and Live Music, and David, if I could get the gear straight away, day one, all the gear, make a video and sell it for a profit. It's very hard to compete with that. I'm not complaining I have to say that the Andertons are one of the hardest working businesses in the world. Absolutely amazing. Like Lee Anderton, I know yesterday I saw him, he was rushing by and just said hi quick. But he's amazing because he's got this amazing store, he's got this amazing YouTube channel. He doesn't need to go to NAMM, he could send people. But he still goes to NAMM and he's constantly filming the whole time. It's absolutely unbelievable. He's like, you see him rushing from booth to booth to booth to booth. It's inspiring. So, yeah, it just makes me want to work harder, honestly. But again, being one person, it's hard to work, to do a lot by yourself. I also want to say thank you to Rex. It was nice to meet Rex in person, and Rex on that second live stream was very helpful, which I really appreciate. So yeah, it helps if you have a team, but if you plan things out and work hard, you can get everything done, or most things done. The only thing about NAMM is they need to go back to 4 days. If you ask the people that work on the stands if they should go back to 4 days, they'll tell you no, because they want to go home. I understand that, they're doing a job. But for me and what I'm doing, I need that extra day. I need the extra day to cover everything. There's still booths and people that I didn't get to see. There's people that I know that were here I didn't get to see. I got to see my friend Evan, who lives in New York, one time. And some companies I wanted to talk to that I just didn't have time to. And I think if you're a new startup business, or you're here to network and get dealers, I think those people that own the businesses, they want the extra day because that's why they're here. The problem is they've already released the dates for next year, and next year is 3 days again. They say it's 6 or 7, it's not really. It's 3 days on the floor. And I think it needs to be 4. Yeah, Sunday could be public day, could be chilled. A lot of people are starting to pack away and go home, which is, I don't agree with, but okay, if you have to do that, you have to do that. Not everyone does that. But I think they need that last day, just to have those last meetings and those quiet, a little bit quieter, have those meetings and get those last deals done. I think they need to bring it back. The show was so much bigger with Hall E. It wasn't full to capacity, but it was there. So with Hall E and with Yamaha being back in the main building with the massive room and all the events going on, all the seminars, I didn't even go to the seminars. I caught some of the Martin acoustic stage. Okay, you're never going to see everything. It's not going to be possible, but they just need, I think they need that extra day. Having said that, I don't think the floor was as busy as previous years. But I think because the show was so good, people are going to come back now. People are going to come back more and more, and it'll get bigger. So maybe 2027, I'll go back to 4 days. I don't know. But that's me. I have a different agenda. I'm here to make content, make connections. So the more time I have around people, the better. That's why I stayed in the main hotel across the street from here. Like literally, I can see it from here. Stay there because that's where you meet a lot of people and have meetings, and even run into people in the elevator and talk to them. So I think the whole networking thing is very important, at least for me. But that's just my opinion. So yeah, I think that's it. That's kind of my NAMM wrap up. It's been a very good show. I was kind of hesitant to come. I was a bit worried to come out, honestly. It is a lot of money and time, and I've been many times before. If you want the absolute honest truth, I had some things set up to discuss with some people, and I was thinking if they don't come to fruition, I would never stop doing videos. I love it. I think all musicians should do videos. I think it's very important to learn how to make a video. Look, this is my phone, an app. I can even play sound effects and add graphics if I want. So I think everyone should learn how to do that at this point, being a musician, and to get footage and demos as well. I think it's very important. I would never stop doing it, but I would have maybe tried to stop myself buying and selling gear to review and move more into performance or technical stuff. How to EQ, how to loop. That's what I was thinking of doing. But now I've had these conversations, and if they come to fruition when I get back, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. Maybe add that in as well. I don't know. Yeah, that's the truth of it. But I love the gear. I want to keep doing the gear with the support of brands that I believe in and want to push. I also want to try and get my room set up to go live, do performance stuff, do looping, maybe even bring the products more into a song to show that in its context. Maybe use this to record some live footage from gigs to add in as well, to show things being used in their actual capacity. So that's my plan going forward. But as everything in life, you need to get back home, you need to sort things out and figure out if, follow up, because it's easy to talk a lot at a trade show, and then I'll see what happens when I get back. And yeah, but I think it's cool. And the one thing I learned is you have to go somewhere a long time sometimes to get somewhere. So I did that with gigs. I think I went to open mics for 5 years before I started doing gigs. And I came to NAMM for about 7 years before I could even have a conversation like that. But I think things are changing. Obviously now you've got influencers, and it's a whole new world with promotion and marketing. So it is different. Also, some tips if you come to NAMM. Thanks, Elle. Thank you. And feel free to chat. I know I'm just chatting to the camera today. But listen, I'm going to be transparent on here. I wasn't happy with what happened yesterday. I wasn't happy with the technical issues. I wasn't happy that I got a bit irked off at the end of the stream. I apologize. But yeah, lately there are some pretty, and I speak to others as well, you do get some pretty nasty comments. I don't mind constructive criticism at all on social media, but this, in fact, I would say it again, some of the constructive criticism that I've had on my channel, or even slightly mean, but I've taken that information, it's made the channel better. So that's great. This is a two-way thing. I mean, when I do a video, I like it to be my review, my opinions, I show it to you, you can just discuss it in the comments, I'm kind of done. Then you have to make your own decision, all right? I'm not going to tell people to buy it. Well, I will do if I'm absolutely certain and they fill out a questionnaire what they need it for. But it's, basically this is a community, I'm all open to ideas to improve everything. I was really hoping yesterday someone would tell me how to fix that gimbal, because it was just stressing me out. But as long as it's constructive, that's fine. Let's just keep things constructive. I'm open to any idea to make things better, and I've learned so much that people can learn from as well. You learn from your mistakes, you know. So I know some people here filmed some stuff and they had technical issues, and the way you do it is you have to have the right setup, you've got to keep it charged, you've got to have spare batteries, spare memory cards. Memory card broke on my Tascam, but someone lent me one, another YouTuber lent me one. I managed to buy one to come the next day, that fixed that. Now I reach out to the company to tell them, you see, that product, that's the Tascam X8, I love that product, everyone should have one. But it does have an issue where when you format the memory card, it can bugger up the memory card. That's really bad. I'm going to tell the company. So I'm still going to recommend it. No product is perfect. But if they could just fix that, that would, for me, would be almost a perfect product. But it's just a shame. Well, no, you know what the truth is? It's like when you do a gig, you have to have a spare. I should have 2 SD memory cards. I should have 2 sets of batteries. Maybe I should have 2 gimbals. Maybe I should have 2 sets of microphones in a big bag for the show. I should, because you never know when you're going to get that footage. You know, John Mayer could have walked into Larry Fishman's office. In fact, Mike Daw, I was doing a thing for Ibanez. I want to speak to them about doing some stuff on the channel, so I don't know if I'm going to post that yet, but and I didn't film Mike, which I should have done, because that would have been the best part of the video, wouldn't it? But Mike Dawes just stuck his head in and said hi to the guy I was with, Daniel. And we had a chat about acoustic guitar. So you see that, I don't know why I didn't record it. I think he was saying some stuff about things he's doing. I didn't want to impose on him. I probably should have said, can we quickly grab an interview? And that could have been the best video from the whole show. And that's why it's so important at these shows to constantly be going around and talking to, and you know, being open to things just happening on the spot. You're reporting on the floor. So I messed up there. I should have recorded Mike on camera. Should have asked him if I could record him on camera for 5 minutes. Next time I'll try and remember to do that. But the point is, you never know what's going to happen, and you need a rig to grab it. And sometimes that's just the phone, and it's fine. But you also need good quality audio, so you need a microphone and a spare microphone, because the problem with the microphone in the camera, in the phone, is that it's all the way far away from the subject, so you might not hear them. So yeah. So I love these ideas better than just another video. Yeah, but it does make it harder. That's the only thing. So that's why I want to try and set up the room I film in. I want to get rid of some stuff and set it up like a little corner where I can stand there and play. Hopefully, if the neighbors don't mind. Ideally, you'd go to a venue. You'd hire a venue, you'd take musician friends, you'd use the product, you'd each use the product, you'd each write a statement about how you feel about it at the time, and you put that, and you'd make that into a whole video, like real world review use of the product discussed between multiple professional performing musicians. That is probably my end goal, but that won't be happening anytime soon because that takes a lot of time, money and effort, right? But I think that would be a great idea. I don't know why the music shops don't do it. They just do the demos. They could easily build, like there's End Stuff Music in Pittsburgh has a venue. So they do their videos in their video room, which are great, but they also have a venue in the place. So they could do a video, they could invite people once a week and show products on stage and ask people what they thought about it. I just gave them a great idea. I'm going to stop right there because I don't want to give my ideas away. But you know, basically I'm trying to think outside the box. Won't stop just doing straight up videos and reviews, of course, you have to do that, but just try and think of a way to make them a bit different, and also the story, like the title. Like if I was going to go to the Martin factory to film, maybe don't just do Aaron Short tours the Martin factory, try to do Aaron Short goes backstage at the Martin factory with Chris Martin. That's the kind of video I want to get, because there's so many videos that have been done already like that. But we'll see, just thinking out loud. The show's been great. I had a great time, I had a lot of fun. I'm going to go to IHOP after this, and then I'm going to go back home and get my thoughts together, rest for a few days, rest my voice, and get everything together. It is worth coming to, so I was wrong. I'm so glad I came. I'll definitely come next year. And I thought the videos were great. The live streams went really well, and now I know how to make them even better next time. The advantage I had is that I'm British, but I live in America, so I have an American cell phone plan. The Wi-Fi in the building is really slow. The day they make that Wi-Fi faster, it'll be so good. You'll be able to go live in HD in 4K all day long. But right now you can't do that. But because I have T-Mobile USA, I'm able to go live like I am now on the phone's data plan. It has restricted me because I've used so much data, but even regardless, it's fast enough to do this 720 stream. But the day they get proper Wi-Fi, which they should do in that NAMM hall, it's going to be amazing. You'll just have you'll have booths just live streaming all day long. It'll be fantastic. But until that time, I'm lucky because I can get those live streams done with the phone's built-in data, because I have that data plan, and they have good, well, also T-Mobile has good signal in the building. So yes, I'm definitely going to live stream even more next year if I can. Now I've got the gimbal, everything sorted out, even more live streams. And I like live streaming, it's fun and it's good because you haven't got to edit it, and it's real, everything comes out in real time, good or bad, right? So that's about it. If you're new here, please subscribe and ring the bell. I got a bunch of new subscribers throughout the week. I guess they wanted to see all the live streams. I hope they stay subscribed and follow me on to the next thing. This year I plan to go to Guitar Summit because it's great, and I could maybe I can live stream from Guitar Summit. Well, there I have the opposite problem because I don't have the data plan in Europe. But maybe I can figure it out. Or do recorded, like the unlive stream I did from Hawley, like basically walk around as if I'm live and upload it all in one. So I'll definitely do that at least. And I definitely want to go to that show, definitely want to go to NAMM again next year, and definitely want to do some field trips. I was talking to Fishman, maybe go to the Fishman factory and do some streams or videos there, and show some cool stuff that no one's seen. And Martin, something cool, something a bit different than Martin, just not sure what it is yet. Yeah. Cheers, David. So I'm flying back tomorrow, hopefully no delays. The weather here went from sunny and hot, 70-something, to freezing cold. But that's okay. I'm not sure what the weather's like back home. It's a 6-hour flight. Looking forward to I'm ready to get back now. I do wish the show was on today, but I'm ready to get back. It's been good. I'm feeling reinvigorated to to get back into it and hit it hard this year. So listen, thanks for your support. I really appreciate that. I can't do this without people watching the videos. I can't do it, right? You need views, you need likes, you need people to share stuff. Without that, there's no point doing it. So I really appreciate you being along for the ride. I know a lot of people already thank me for doing the live streams, and that was enough for me, just to get the thanks, honestly. And Matthew says, agreed, a backup piece of equipment is always needed and when being professional, but always remember we can get items 2 or 3 ways, good, fast, cheap, pick 2, 3. We'll never get all 3 at once. Yeah. No, I agree, but I think the backup is important. I think I'm all right there. I mean, memory cards. I'm not going to have a backup phone in the backup. Well, maybe I should. My phone might get broken, but I'm not going to have a backup phone, a backup gimbal probably. But memory cards, things like that. I mean, at a gig, I have I have a way of a backup of everything, but not a speaker. I can't carry 2 speakers. So small things like capos, strings, picks, I always have all that. You have to. And backup plans like an extra pickup to throw in the sound hole if needed. Something like this, because I traveled with just hand luggage, not really practical, but memory cards, yeah, because memory cards can corrupt really easily, and then without a memory card you can't record anything. So I think I'm in a good place now. I think I know how the stuff works, you know. I know how to live stream. I've got a new app for live streaming, which is what I'm using today. It's a really good app, actually. It's not as high quality as back home, of course, but it's great. And I can see the comments, I can flip the camera, I can add overlays, I can add music, and this is all from my phone. So this is great. So I've found a new app. I've figured that the DJI mic is the best because it doesn't have the pop. The Rode mics can have that popping sound. DJI mic's fantastic. DJI gimbal's working great. Just the battery life is a bit short, so maybe I do need 2 gimbals. There we go, I'll keep both gimbals. And I know how the gimbal works now. I know how to use the LTE on 5G and not use the Wi-Fi. So just learn as you go. It's like a gig, right? You just keep learning. And then once I'm an old man, I'll be so good at gigging and covering events. So any last questions, ask away, because I'm not gonna sit here and talk to myself in the hotel lobby. Right. The Anaheim Convention Center doesn't have Wi-Fi. Why don't you use a VPN on Wi-Fi? VPN, why would I use that? It has Wi-Fi, but the Wi-Fi you can use is 1 meg. 1 meg is too slow for anything. I mean, my 5G connection on the phone is 300 meg now, and 50 down or so. It's really fast. The Wi-Fi over there is basically unusable. It's basically, because once you get in, it's basically the speed to check email or something. More batteries. Actually, see, there we go. See, there's some constructive criticism. That's a great point. So the gimbal battery isn't quite long enough, so I could have a charger. Maybe a charger that you can put in your pocket and run a cable into the gimbal. So you've got 1 wire running, but then you can recharge it while you're walking around. That's a great idea. And actually then you could use that to charge the phone and the mics and everything else. It's not as convenient as having like a multi-charger back in the room, but yeah, that's right, a battery power bank with USB-C, because everything's USB-C now, which is great. That's a great idea. So there we go, see? Battery power bank, spare memory cards at the minimum, and then a spare gimbal, spare mics, a copy of everything basically at the maximum, which is the ultimate. And if I do fly next year with more luggage, I would do that. I just have a big bag. The bottom layer would have the backups, the top layer would have the regular stuff, everything doubled up, wear it on your back, good to go. But yeah, you can get those batteries now that go in the backpack, can't you? And you run a cable from the backpack. So that's actually a great idea. Thank you. I used to shoot horse shows, always had spare batteries, especially in the cold when they discharge quickly. See, that's a good point. Yeah. Yeah. The thing is, I stayed at the main hotel. I stayed at the hotel, which is a stone's throw from the convention center. So what I would do is once I did my main stream, I just went back to the room, used the multi-charger and fast charger and just charged everything up again. That wasn't really a problem. Having said that, I didn't realize how long my streams would be. I wouldn't mind being live all day. And to do that, I will need the battery on me. I can't stop and go to the room. So yeah, you need that, and you need the battery, you're right. And you need to spare little cards and things. And then eventually maybe you need a spare of everything, because you just can't afford to miss a cool thing, right? You need to get that scoop. And there was just one, I think day 2 when I was around Ibanez and the stream cut out. That's because there's just too many people. So when you get too many people in a building in one place, like thousands and thousands of people, and they have their phone in their pocket, they will interfere with each other. They'll also, T-Mobile, when they see that there's that many people using their network in that place, they restrict the speed. They cut your speed. So right now I'm probably back to full speed. I probably could have gone live in 4K. I don't know. I don't need to. It doesn't look as good as on the computer at home anyway, but that's what happens when they detect a load of people in one place. They put restrictions on speed. So luckily it was still fast enough to go live from the convention center, but it wasn't as fast as it would have been. And then you couple that with all the people that are in the building as well, and at that point it cut out and I couldn't reconnect. I was also going to go live yesterday afternoon later on as well, towards the end, and then stream Lloyd's gig, but I also couldn't connect to the stream at all. It just wouldn't connect at all because of the amount of people that are in the room. There we go, lessons learned. I think it's been a good year for coverage. I'm so grateful. My friend told me to bring my laptop. I wasn't going to, see? I'm so glad I did, because I was able to get some of those videos up immediately. I've got one more to do, I think the Martin booth tour, which has got some really cool information in it. Really geeky technical questions I asked Fred Green. I'm going to try and put that up this afternoon, because by the time I get back, I've done my NAMM coverage, it's uploaded, it's getting the most of everything. So that's good. Where are you from? Are you from Pittsburgh? No, I'm from England. I now live in America. I try to mention, you can find where I live, but I try not to say it as much as possible, even though AI has already picked it up, just because of like equipment and stuff, you know. But oh well, I can say New York City because that's on my social media, but I just never want to give out my exact address. Okay, I don't want to dox myself, but yeah, New York City now, and that's a great place to be a performing musician. Pittsburgh, I said N Stuff. I only said N Stuff because I've been there. You see, I had the same problem at N Stuff Music. I went there, I loved the store, and I asked them to do a walkthrough with me, but I didn't use the clip-on microphones, and their AC was so loud, I ended up not putting the video up because it was too loud, and now I've got to do it again. So that was a lesson learned. That was years ago. But that's why I then went out and bought these clip-on wireless microphones. You have to have the mic at the person's mouth and not over here on the phone. So, yeah. Anyway, lost my train of thought now, but basically the lesson is you live and you learn with all these things, and I hope I can pass on some tips to you guys. I really think that it's important, again, to get into filming gigs, learning how basic audio stuff works. You haven't got to learn how to produce an album. I wouldn't want to produce an album, but just learn how to import files, edit, EQ. EQ is so important. I want to do more videos on EQ. I really wish people would post clips of their gigs. Sounds like you're in a great place to do so. Yeah. I've got the cameras now, I've got the gear, I've got direct record. I can go direct for recording, I can use a mic to record. Only problem is I'm a little bit careful where I record gigs. Like some of my gigs are my bread and butter, and I don't ever want to jeopardize a gig for a video right now, because it is my main income source. So in the right venue, I would do it, definitely. But I was thinking about setting up my rig at home to use that basically for the demo, to show what it might sound like at a gig. A post-gig wrap-up explanation. Yeah, I've got to figure it out. If I can film in a very subtle, I don't want a big camera. If I can film in a very subtle way, that's good quality, and I'm not going to get in trouble with the venue or anything, then I'll definitely start posting that. And then my other thought, as I said earlier, is maybe I can find a place where I can hire it or borrow the room and basically set up for a gig and play to either a small group of people or no one, or to the camera. And then say, hey, there's feedback, what do you do? Well, you hit the mute switch, and then You turn that, oh, it's the guitar, so angle it away. And then that didn't work, okay, press the phase button, this is what that does. And so, yeah. Anyway, this is for the future. This won't be happening anytime soon. I'm just trying to think how to grow the channel, because now I've got some people on board with me. I've got to find a way to keep the numbers up. It was pretty easy to get views at NAMM, and other channels got way more views than me, but for me, I got really good views at NAMM, but it's because it's NAMM, and people want to see the cool new stuff. So you've got to figure out how to get those views the rest of the year. That's the problem. Yeah, but that's yeah, all great ideas, all great ideas. Anyway, I hope this was useful. I wanted to walk around the empty hall, but I didn't want to bug the people that are doing their job and backing away. I don't think it's fair. So I just, at the start of this stream, if you just joined, there's a little clip of what it looks like now. Maybe next year I'll do, you know, day -1, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, something like that, wrap up. I like that idea. Just give you a sense of what the whole thing is like. Maybe even get someone else on board and split the work between us. Do some recorded videos in the afternoons, and then get that footage, and then do the live streams in the mornings when there's not too many people around. I know. I'm just thinking that loud. But I'm really grateful for the views. Really grateful to all the new subscribers. Really grateful for the great conversations I had here. And if it all goes smoothly, I think things will be getting better. It'll just be a slightly different approach. I'm waiting for those comments of, oh, you know, he wants to go into paid videos and stuff. Well, actually, most companies don't pay, but they send product, right? That's how it works. I'm waiting for those comments. I'm just going to ignore them because, look, I sat with some companies yesterday and told them the amount of money I've spent over the years. Again, I'm not complaining. Spent 10 years and a lot of money put into this, and I'm still, you know what? I'm still going to. I love it, but I just need some support and access, early access from companies to get those videos up, at least at the same time as the music stores. That's all. Rex, nice to meet you. Thanks for helping me film. And if you come next year, perhaps we can do some more of that in an even better context. But that was so good having someone there with me while we were live. Matthew says, the day we stop learning is the day we die. And you know what? I think I'm going to leave it at that, because that's a great quote. I'm feeling really good today, feeling positive. I haven't eaten yet. I'm going to go and have IHOP and treat myself. When I get back to my place, I'm going to try to eat cleaner. But I'm having IHOP today. Thanks for watching. So there's some cool stuff coming. A few videos, I've done loads of videos. A few videos I've got to finish up when I get back. A few ideas I've got to add, and then hopefully some new stuff coming over the next few months from this. So we'll see. So again, thanks. Have a great day, everybody, and take care and be well. Subscribe and ring the bell, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.